name is Reverend Ann Summers Gillis, and I am here this morning to interview one of our newer members slash Friends of Unity. She's a member of Unity, but recently moved, I think it was recently moved to the Charleston area. We want to welcome Rivkah Cohen. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, where did you start? Where were you born?
I was born in Tyler, Texas, but when I was 4.5 months old, we moved to Klamath Falls, Oregon, and stayed there until I was 6.5 years old.
Okay.
So all of my family talks like this, and I'm the only one that talks normal.
Okay, well, now what brought you to the Charleston area?
My brother and sister-in-law and their kiddos live here. And
Okay.
I had been with my mom in Texas up until the time she passed, and then several years after. But my brother had been wanting me to come live here. So
Oh, cool. That's really cool.
yeah,
And of course, I'm familiar with your church in Tyler, the Unity Church in
yeah,
Tyler, being
yeah.
from Texas. So that's kind of neat to have that connection. So where do you live now in the Metro Charleston area?
I live in James on James Island,
James.
and I'm trying to find a place closer to the church.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're
Yeah, yeah,
45th. So
yeah.
that makes a big difference. So are you involved in a relationship? Are you single?
I'm single.
Okay.
I have a dog and cat, so I have relationships. So
Oh yeah. So what kind of little doggy do you have?
she looks like she's a big Frenchie. She's part Frenchie and part pit bull. Yeah. So
Okay. And a cat, and you have a little cat. What color is your cat?
I have a cat. The cat is multicolored. He came and lived under my house when I was in Texas for about a
Oh,
week and told me how hungry and pitiful he was. And so I opened the vent and he just tumbled out. And he's been with me for 11 years. So,
oh my goodness. That's sweet. So tell us a little bit about your spiritual search. Not minute by minute, but just
well, I was thinking about that. Um, and I realized that because there was something in me that said, well, it's always been there. And it's like, why are you saying that? My mother read to me a lot, and she got tired of the little golden books, so she subscribed to Wee Wisdom. And I started having Wee Wisdom when I was probably about 3 years old. And for those people that don't know, Wee Wisdom is a magazine that Unity used to put out. Myrtle Fillmore put it out for children. And I had Wee Wisdom probably, gosh, up until the time I was 11. So I've always had that, even though I went to the Methodist church, I've always had that unity background going on, behind everything. So,
well,
and I think what that did was it meant that I didn't have the same kind of spiritual church search that a lot of people have. It was more an evolution than a search. Um, I've been through a variety of religious experience. So it's Methodist Church, Episcopalian Church. I married a Jewish man, and I was looking at converting to Judaism, and I went through some of that training. So I got a really strong grounding in a lot of variations in religious experiences, but Unity is the one that fits me best.
how did you find unity? So you had wee wisdom when you were little, but was that before? That was before you got here? Yes, in Tyler, or
Well, you know, Unity, when I lived in Austin for about 12 years, Austin, Texas. And I went to the Unity Church there, um, because I really liked the fact that there was a meditation within the service. It was like, why would you have a church service and not have a meditation? Yeah. So, and Unity was the church that did that. So
Well, so did you hear about it from friends, or did you Google it, or did you remember it from Wee Wisdom?
I have no idea. I
Ah,
have no, but on the other hand, it's been several decades ago. So,
so we'll give you that.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
after all this seeking and kind of walking the Rivkah path, what is your philosophy of life now?
Well, the unity principles of God is everywhere equally present. Um, I find that when I remember that and when I live that, everything goes better. When I start to think, well, that's not God, it just doesn't work very well. Life works better for me when I go to that place that says, if God is everywhere equally present, then you really don't have to make all those judgments. You really don't have to make all those snide remarks. You know, you really can just tend to your own business and not be involved in what somebody else is doing or saying or thinking, because if it's all God, it's all God.
That's a
And
powerful lesson when somebody learns it.
well, it's taken me many decades. I didn't learn it fast. But it just makes life so much easier for me. I
Absolutely.
There's so many things I don't have to fight against. And and that means that I get to spend my energy in other ways, which in creativity, whether it's with fabric and quilting, or whether it's writing, or whether it's with movement education, like I do with Feldenkrais, um, it frees up so much energy.
Well, moving along a little bit, do you have any particular favorite books or authors that have been meaningful to you throughout your life?
Um, in terms of unity, I really have appreciated Myrtle's writings. For me, Myrtle's writings have been, they've spoken to me in a way that some of the other writings, I understood them, but Myrtle spoke, it was like she was sitting down and saying, okay, Rivka, now this is something you need to consider. Whereas the others were more at a distance, I think is probably the best way to say it. Um, my the minister and the assistant, I mean the retired minister at the Unity Church that I left in Texas, we all got together one August and wrote 4 plays that were the story of unity. And we started off with Charles' birth, and we went all the way through um, kind of the moment at which Myrtle began to begin to realize the power that she had over herself and over her own health. And we presented those instead of sermons. And I really learned a lot about that. But it was a variety of books because each one of the ministers were giving me things. I did the writing and the compilation, but they were giving me things to work off of. So I learned an awful lot about how it all went together.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to talk to you after we get through about that for a minute. That's amazing. Well, I think I already know some, but what are your passions or hobbies? The Feldenkrais.
You, learning is my passion. Yeah. And doing. Um and sometimes that involves teaching, sometimes it involves moving, sometimes it involves creating something new. Um I took one of the lessons that I had learned in Feldenkrais a couple of weeks ago, and I've been changing it a little bit for each group that I work with. And I love doing that. There's a creative process in that, and there's also oh wow, I could do this and oh that and and then I do some writing. There's a lot of things. One of the things I really appreciate about Unity is I don't have to do just one thing. Because all my life I was told, no, you can't do that. You're already doing this, and Unity says, huh, we don't care, do it, you know. Yeah. So, um, I like the variety. Yeah. I, I grow from the variety, um, and I share from the variety as well.
Yes, I think that the problem is, and people may misinterpret it, is that we don't want to be a dilettante. We don't hop from one thing to the other.
No.
However, and it might look like that if we're changing our interest level, but when we're guided by this kind of this mystical part of ourselves and we really embody the teaching, then that teaching leads us to something else, which be in the same, may or may not be in the same tradition.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so I do see a difference because I've read that thing. It's like, well, just stick with one thing. Don't hop around. And it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't quite work for me. The Native Americans have a word called twisted hair, and it means that you take the threads of each part of spirituality that works for you and twist it together, and you have this wonderful, strong thread,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
the twisted
Yeah.
hair. So I love it. And people, I think, are able to do that who can think out of the box. Like,
I'll have to get my hair longer to twist it very much.
yeah. All right. So do you participate in any spiritual practices?
I meditate. Um, I have a meditation partner. She's the retired minister that was in Tyler when I was there. She now lives in Houston, and we have been doing daily devotions for, I think we figured out 14 years. Yeah. And that we do a variety of things in there. Sometimes it's Native American things, sometimes it's unity. It Part of it has to do what's going on with our lives, and part of it has to do with, we'll read it and it's like, nah, not that one today. Let's look at this one. So um so that it fits whatever it is that's up for us. Yeah.
Oh, that is a wonderful practice.
Oh, I mean, every day we thank each other for doing it. Yeah.
Well, how long do you do it? Is it an hour, half an hour?
It's probably between half an hour and 45 minutes.
Mhm. That's a big
Yeah.
commitment.
Yeah.
Ah,
It doesn't seem like that. It's kind of like the meal that starts our day.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So I really want to thank you for telling us a little bit about yourself. Do you have any final words of advice or anything that you think is pertinent to your life that we didn't cover?
Oh, the one thing that I have learned, and I've learned it in Unity, that has been such a game changer, is um, is that I will never be able to appreciate myself as much as God appreciates me, and that's true for each and every one of us, because that's not what I was raised with, but to get a glimpse of that, oh, that's really priceless. Yeah.
So yeah, this unconditional love and acceptance
Yeah.
that can
Yeah.
we can partake in. We can
Yeah.
drink
Yeah.
of the divine.
Yes. 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 Oh, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, again, I want to thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in your church.
Thank you for doing this. It's been really nice to be able to look and see about other people with this, Anne. Thank you.